It is often observed that a body can possess a massive surplus of stored energy, while the brain remains convinced it is starving. Modern metabolism is a paradox. A vast warehouse of fuel exists, yet the system constantly screams for more food deliveries. Most interpretations focus on a lack of willpower, but the reality is a failure of communication. The signal is being sabotaged. This is not a calorie problem, it is a signal environment problem. When compromised, the brain becomes effectively blind to reserves. The body is a high-security communication network. Fat stores should beam a status report to the brain that assets are sufficient. This transmission is fragile and requires a quiet hormonal environment. A 1-hour workout cannot overrule a signal drowned in interference. Most people spend their day unknowingly jamming their own frequency. The primary source of this interference is the insulin guard. While insulin manages blood sugar, its critical role is storage manager. Slightly elevated levels place the system in receive-only mode. When fuel arrives, the guard locks the vault. The signal that fuel is available to be withdrawn is instantly silenced. The brain, missing the abundance signal, assumes stores are inaccessible. It triggers hunger because it has lost sight of its energy. The failure is compounded by cortisol. The system reads training, poor sleep, and chronic stress as the same emergency signal. The cortisol alarm tells the liver to release more glucose. This surge triggers insulin, which double locks the fat vault. The brain, trapped in a loop, detects emergency, locks reserves, and demands more fuel because it cannot see through the smoke. The system lives in a building running constant fire drills. In this environment, the abundance signal never reaches the server. The brain is at the top of the hierarchy. If it perceives glucose as the only reliable fuel, it defends it. Intense cardio often stalls fat loss. The body interprets high-intensity movement as an emergency threat and activates defense mode. It increases reactive hunger and lowers activity to conserve resources. Calorie burn is erased by defensive recalibration because the signal failed. Transitioning to signal clarity is difficult. Clearing static through fasting or glycogen depletion creates a window of profound discomfort. As liver glucose empties around the 24-hour mark, the brain panics, running on fast fuel while the new system is offline. The brain remains blind, triggering adrenaline and cortisol. This wired but tired state includes irritability, coldness, and brain fog. These are signs the old signal is dying. The turning point occurs when the hunger hormone, ghrelin, finishes its scheduled tantrum. The brain stops expecting glucose and builds machinery for fat fuel. Around the 40-hour mark, the fog finally lifts. The signal breaks the blackout. The brain realizes the warehouse is full, and the famine was merely a communication error. Energy stabilizes because the system is no longer fighting itself. The body responds to permission granted by a clear signal. Permission is met when insulin is quiet, glycogen is reduced, and the stress alarm is silenced. Fat loss is finally approved. The brain stops defending reserves and allows withdrawal. Results become the logical consequence of a system hearing its own internal data.